Hello, my friends. Welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev, Sunday Night Live. We're going to get started at 7 o'clock on the dot. It is 2 minutes to 7. Happy Sunday. Hi, Karen Kirshner. How are you? Thanks for popping on. Hi, Carol. Carol Schaefer. Hi, Louise. Welcome, everybody. I hope you had a nice weekend. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Pam. Welcome, everybody. It's turning cold here in Tracy. Hi, Joan. I had to go out, Ken and I had to go out on our back patios and take all the cushions off of our patio furniture and cover up my table out by the pizza oven and get ready. It's supposed to rain here tomorrow. I hope it does. Just because California needs it so bad. Hey, Irene, hi. And so we're just preparing for that. It's getting windy and chilly now, but we had a nice week, so I can't really complain. Hi, Roseanne. Oh, that's all that's going on here. It's 7 o'clock, so we're gonna get started. Cold in Connecticut too. Yeah, your cold is real cold. Our cold, you would laugh at us. It's not really cold. I mean, I think it is, but you definitely wouldn't think it's cold. My friend in Maine, she knows what cold is too. Okay, so, all right, today I have a card for you, and I'm gonna show quite a few things. My paper pumpkin just came a couple of days ago, so I haven't had a lot of time to play with that, but I did. Hi, Roseanne. But I did use it with tonight's card because the paper pumpkin kit came with 2 stamp sets. So I played with one of the stamp sets and I really like it. The big floral one, I played with that. And then I went back to the Heart and Home Designer Series paper that I made those books with. Yeah, that's the name of it. Heart and Home that I made the books with, the paper books. Using that and my little tag pocket idea for a card, because I talked to a few of you and you really, really like the little books that I made on Tuesdays to be continued. So I thought, you know, if you're making those and you're making the little pockets for your book tags or your little pullouts, hi Bev, then maybe you hadn't thought about using them on a card. So those are my thoughts. Plus I wanted to use one of the new in colors. And so I'm just using a whole gamut of different things tonight. So let me turn you down to my desk, a couple of couple of items, okay, can't talk, that are going to retire. And so we're just gonna be all over the place with product. So let me turn you down to my desk so you can see my host code, and I can tell you who the winner is of Tuesday's project. Okay. Swing, there we go. Hold on, there we go. I was turning the wrong one. Okay. Hi, Sandra, welcome. Hi, Barbara. So a few of you have your catalogs from me. Some of you are going to receive them in the mail, but I do want to say that if you do not already have a demonstrator and you are following me and you like what you see here, you can let me know that you would like to be my customer, and I would definitely get a catalog out to you. Now, if you have not ever ordered from me before, there is a $5 charge for the catalog, and then when you place your order, I will reimburse that $5. So then it would be free like everybody else's. Okay? So just let me know. You can email me right here and let me know that you would like a catalog and you would like to be my customer, and we will work from there. Here is my April host code right here. And here is my link where you can go shop with me at any time. And by the way, thank you to all of you who have already shopped with me this month. I really, really appreciate you. Now, I was looking back at my replay from Tuesday, and I noticed that I called the punch that Brenda won the prize for April. Well, it was the prize for March. I misspoke. So this is the prize for April. It is Wink Estella and a refill Take Your Pick Tool Putty Pack. So if you place an order with me in the month of April, your name will randomly be drawn to win that prize. Now, guess what else happened to me? My printer broke. It broke slowly. It wouldn't print, or it wouldn't copy, it wouldn't scan, but it would print out my winners and different things from my computer and my phone. Well, today when I went out to print out the winner for my projects on Tuesday, it wouldn't print from there. Now it's a goner, so I guess I have to go buy a new printer. But I know who the winner is. I just can't show you a sheet of paper because nothing would print out. It is Roseanne Ramos. And Roseanne, you are one lucky girl. You win a lot. So I still have to get you your catalog, Roseanne. So when you come to get your catalog, I'll let you pick which one you want. The outside looks the same, but the inside's a little different. So you can just pick the one you want when you come to get your catalog. Hi, Danielle. Welcome. Okay. I think that's my housekeeping for the evening. I don't like to start out with a dirty pad here, and I forgot to take it off. So there we go. We've got a clean one now. All right, what am I going to be using? I am going to be using the Bouquet of Love hybrid embossing folder, and there is the item number there. I love this folder, and I love that it is paired up with the Bouquet of Love dies. That is the item number of the dies. Hey, Virginia, are you back home? And I especially love this big heart. I really have enjoyed these flowers. Actually, I cannot tell a lie. I've really enjoyed all of these dies and this folder a lot. On Tuesday, when you come back at 2, I'm going to show you another project using a different medium, using this heart and this folder and these flowers. So come back on Tuesday to see that. That will be my to be continued. Today I'm also using the big stamp set from the Paper Pumpkin, this month's Paper Pumpkin. I haven't got to play with it other than using one of the stamp sets because 2 stamp sets came with this Paper Pumpkin this time, and I am using the big flowers. It's a 2-step stamp set. I'm using 2 of the leaves, one of the sentiments, and the center for the flower here on this card that I'm going to show you how to make today. And I'm also using brand new from the new catalog, the 21-23 in color opal rounds. They're so pretty. Look at those. And of course, there's their item code number for you. If you want to start a little wish list and you want those, there's the code for you. I'm using a retired lacy ribbon, trying to use up my ribbons, but it just really worked well with this card, so I'm using that. You might have it already. What's it called? Very Vanilla Scalloped Lace Trim. You might have that already. Okay, the colors of ink are Retiring Misty Moonlight and a Retiring Bumblebee, 2 of my favorite colors in those ink colors. And then a current in color, Fresh Freesia, and then the new in color, Parakeet Party. Okay, so those are my ink colors. And then I am also going to use my paper piercing mat. The code number can't be seen because I have it covered with paper because I'm going to stamp with it. But there's its code number right there. So whenever I'm going to stamp with this piercing mat, I like to put a piece of typing paper, they're giving away my age, printer paper, and so I don't get ink all over my pad. All right, so let me show you the card. And again, I'm going to remind you that I use the Heart and Home Designer Series paper for this card. So let me know what you think of that. I'm going back to the little pull-out that I showed you how to make for the books. Same exact idea here. Look at this tag up close. It has a little bit of lace. It has the sentiment from the stamp set that came in Paper Pumpkin. Oh, lots of hearts. I'm glad you like it. The hybrid folder did all this beautiful work. This big flower and the leaves are all from the Paper Pumpkin stamp set, and the opal rounds. And then the retiring delightful tag topper punch to make the top here of the tag. So the inside again has the same stamp flower. Hi Charlene, hi Debbie. So I hope you guys like that. And I made it in a few different colors. And I'll tell you why I did that in a little bit. Okay. Well, I did it because the designer series paper has the different colors in it, so I wanted to mix it up and show you different ideas. So here is the card base here, just the basic card base again. I do basic cards a lot. And we always need part of our stamping kit. When I say part of a stamping kit, it's just the items that you need, the basic tools when you're a crafter, when you're a stamper, to make your cards. So I just folded it in half, and I used my bone folder. There's the item number to burnish. And then I always get the two ends and wing it back, is what I call it, to make that beautiful seam right there down the middle. See that? Okay, so that's our card base. Quick and simple. I'm also going to use the cut and emboss machine because I have that folder to work with. All right, on this card, because I'm using this designer series paper this time, I'm going to use the Fresh Freesia ink. All right, so I mentioned that this is two-step stamping, did I not? So I'm going to take one of the steps in the stamp set, and this is the detail, and I am going to ink it up with the Fresh Freesia full ink. I'm going to bring my paper piercing mat over because this is a photopolymer stamp set, and they stamp better when you use the foam mat underneath your paper, just because these stamps don't have foam on them. Now I'm going to stamp at the bottom corner. This is the inside of the card, so the two little flowers are only going to be on this cardstock partially, but that is intentional. And this was full strength from the ink pad to the paper. Hold my paper and lift. Now there is a full strength Fresh Freesia image, detailed image of that flower. All right, now I'm going to take the solid part of that flower and I'm going to ink that up the same way. But I'm going to stamp it off onto my scrap paper right here to take some of the ink off. Hi, Thompson. And Thompson Kennels is watching. Hello there. So some of the ink is on my scrap, and now I'm going to come over to the image, the detail image I stamped on my cardstock first. Stamp right over it. Hold with the palm of my hand, hold my paper, and lift. And now you're going to see, hi Rosemary, that I have a lighter and a darker flower there. The reason I stamped the detail first is because that's full ink. It's much darker. And so it gives you a better chance to line up your items because you have a darker image to work around. So if you stamp the light solid first, you might have a hard time seeing where to stamp the detail. I hope I explained that clearly. I hope I did. All right, so now I'm going to go to my Parakeet Party. Now this is a bright color, and you guys know that brights are not my favorite. I like them. They're just not my favorite. My favorite are the Regals. But this is so cheery. Look at this. I just really, really like how springy and summery and bright and cheery this is. So I'm hoping you guys like this new color, the new in color. All right, so there is the inside of my card. I'm not going to stamp a sentiment on the inside, so the recipient can use the card for, you know, whatever she can put in the inside, whatever she wants to say. However, the tag on the outside does say birthday wishes, I believe. So you can stamp something else related to birthdays on the inside if you want a sentiment in here. Okay. Piercing that out of the way. All right. Now, I have a piece of designer series paper, 4 by 1 3/4 from the Heart and Home pack of 12 by 12. And it is 1 3/4 wide. So it doesn't, it's 2, and then I guess it's 1.5, and then 1. So this is in between size. And I wanted to show you that if you wanted an in-between size of what's in the runners here, you could still do it. You just have to be careful. So what I do is I eyeball that it's even on both sides, and I push it up until it stops. But then you must turn it around and make sure that it's even from the back side. And this is. So then I just punch it, and then I have my pretty tag. I have a scrap piece of white paper when I cut my cardstock down. There's these scraps. When you make your layer size, this one here, 4 by 5 1/4, you'll have scraps left over. I'm going to take the sentiment. Hi, Michelle. And I'm going to go back to the color of the flower is what I was using for the sentiment. So if my flower was a different color, then I use that color for the sentiment also. So this says, sending you birthday wishes. So I'm going to come over here, stamp that down. Okay. Then I'm going to come over to my tag. And the fresh freesia just coordinates with the little light lilac-y type of color of the flowers in this designer series paper. You could use any purple that you want to, or you could use the pale papaya. I did do that on some. Those have already been sent out, so I don't have those samples to show you, but it's the exact same card, just the flowers are papaya instead of freesia and the moonlight. Then I'm going to turn this over so I could see better, and I'm just going to cut off the excess. And then I'm going to take my little lace, which I love this lace, and measure it out. And this little precision bottle. See how this lace has a little, get it up closer, the top of it has a thick line. So I'm just going to put glue on that thick line. This little needle head allows me to do that fairly easily. Hi, Brenda. Welcome. And then I'm just going to set that down underneath the sentiment. And I just thought that made a really pretty little tag. All right, then another piece here. And I'm going to take my mini glue dots at this point. Move this so you can see better. And this is this was a little bit tasking for me. I kept wondering how I could get this to be super easy, but it's just not that super easy. So I took a mini glue dot on my finger and I rolled it so it's long. See that? And then I kind of stretched it, how long it gets, and I put it in the hole there halfway, half and half sticking out the back and half sticking out the front. See that? Okay. And then I'm going to trim this off at an angle a little bit and stick it through the hole. I hope my mini glue dot stayed there. Sometimes it would come off. And then I would just pinch it if it stayed there and get it to hook on the front and the back. If it does, now it hooked on the back, I can tell there, but I don't see it hooking on the front. So if it doesn't hook on the front, I just take another one, which I try to avoid to do, but if you have to, you have to. And it's a piece of lace. And then pinch it down, and you have the little pull. Hi, Janet, welcome. And then just cut these down at an angle. And your little tag is all ready to go. So we're going to set that aside. Now the little pocket for the tag. So I have a piece of this Heart and Home paper. One side of it is floral. The other side is all these different wood grains. So I have that and my paper trimmer. And I'm going to use my scoring blade. So I said it was 2.5, so I'm going to go to the 1/4 inch right there. And I'm going to score 3 sides, just like I did on the book. So you guys have seen this before if you watched me on Tuesday and last Sunday. 3 sides. Had so many people tell me they love those little books. I'm so glad. They are a ton of fun to make. And we all have so much designer series paper that you can just make them and make them and make them and give them and have fun. Okay, and then the bottom's going to come up like this. And at this point, I would, just in case something happened and you mismeasure or something and you don't want to get it on your card and then this not fit. So I always just put this in from the back like this to make sure it's going to work. I never trust myself. I might have blew it somehow. All right. So I'm not going to put any glue on this yet because I have to emboss my cardstock. So here is the base again. Here is the layer piece that we're going to emboss with the Bouquet of Love Hybrid Embossing Folder. So this is 3D, this is thick, so we're going to need the platform, and we're going to need number 4 to go with it. Now, I want to show you how I got this the way I did. Let me show you the card. Okay, so you're going to see that this heart is in the middle, but off to my left, right? So there's a lot of flowers all the way around, and then you see the void around the heart off to the left. So it's not centered, is another easy way I could have said it. It's not centered. So I took this cardstock and I put it to the top part of the flower image, and along this black line to make sure it's straight, but I have the heart off to the left that way. Okay? So I just didn't put it in the center. turn this around because I'm right-handed. All right, so platform 1 and platform 4. So you want to always make sure that the closed end of the folder goes in first or last, just not on the side. Because if you have it on the side, it could run up against the edges there and ruin this eventually. So I'm going to put it in going first. My other platform on there and roll it through. Hi, Terry. Look how beautiful that is. And I thought basic gray and the lighter gray, I forget the color it's called, were very, very pretty with this card. Okay, so I need this folder one more time. So I'm going to put this down, and I need a scrap piece of cardstock, any size that you have, that's going to fit the size of this larger heart in the die set, this one here. So I found that if I concentrate on the 4 corners, let me try to explain this well. All right, so we see that the heart is in the middle of the folder, right? Can you see that? So these 4 corners have a lot of flowers in them. So if we do this, we could see that we could get 4 floral hearts out of a full piece that fits in this folder. So that was pretty nice because let me turn it this way on this piece of cardstock. I made a lot of these. Let me see which way is going to fit best. I made a lot of these cards. And you know why I made a lot of them? Because if you ordered from me last month, this is a thank you card you're going to receive in the mail. So you don't even have to worry about winning this card. If you ordered from me, you're going to get one regardless. And if you win from me, you'll get another one. So how about that? So you're going to get to have one of these in your hot little hands pretty soon. They should go in the mail tomorrow. So I am going to now put this on and cut out a heart. So now I need platform 1, this one, and platforms 3. One underneath, my paper and my die. Hi, Beverly. Oh my goodness. I have never, yes, Janet, yippee. I have never had seen so many Beverlys in all my day. Now that I've been on live, I have Beverly Grillo, Beverly Stokes. Oops, I forgot a piece. Myself. Now a new Beverly is just popped on today. I hadn't seen your name before. Let me see, go back. Beverly Rizavi. Oh my goodness, just tons of Bevs. Forgot a piece here, sorry about that. So let me get this other platform, and we need platform 2. Then platform 3. Then the paper, and then your heart. Okay, now the last platform goes on, and now it will cut. So let me scroll back and see who I missed. Love the gray. I do too, Debbie. I really, really do. But of course, don't let the gray, capture you and keep you there. This card, I'm telling you, will be pretty in any color cardstock you want to use. Any at all. You can use all the brights, you can use white, you can use vanilla, whatever you want to use. I had a friend here the other day, and she saw it. It was on my kitchen table. I was making them all. And she was like, what is that? That's gorgeous. So she hadn't seen stamping before. So she really liked it a lot. So here is the gray, basic gray on basic gray. So that's the base of the card. And I'm going to take my regular Tombow here, just because it's going to come out thicker and faster for the base. Okay. I like to open up my cards flat so I can get straight. It just helps me get things done a little straighter. What was the name of that embossing heart folder? It is called Bouquet of Love Hybrid Folder, and that's the item number. So it'll be with the Bouquet of Love dies. See, they all have the same number because they come together. Okay. So now I can go to my glue. And the other day, a couple of videos ago, I used my gold gilded leafing, and I used it on my silicone mat, and there was a lot of leafing on my silicone mat, and I didn't tell you guys how I was going to get that off, and I should have. So I just take Scotch tape or masking tape, that even works better, and just get the leafing off that way. So I start by opening this back up and putting a little dot of glue right here in these two corners. And then I flip it over and I just press with my two fingers while I'm putting glue on these two little flaps here. And by the time I get done doing this, these two guys should hold. Because you guys know me, I'm not very patient. I don't want to sit there and hold it and not do something else while that's drying. It drives me crazy. All right, so there we go. Then I come over to my card. I forgot something. Something I always teach you guys, and I just forgot it myself. I need lace. Now, you don't really need lace here because you can barely see it. Hey, Cookie, you can barely see it. But for me, it's just a little eye candy that I really liked. And when I tried to make one without it, it bothered me. So I'm going to put it on there. So just add some ribbon right there. Since there's glue on it already, I'm just going to use the glue to hold it down. You could use your mini glue dots, of course. Bring this around and hold it. And now it should be set up enough. And I'm going to go to the right-hand side of my card because I don't want to hide this heart, but I don't want the whole thing showing either. Just making sure I had the top at the top and not at the bottom. That would have been fun. And then I just rub my fingers. Since it's had a minute to set up, it's going to stick really well pretty quickly. Isn't that pretty? I hope you hadn't thought about using these little pockets on the front of a card, because if you hadn't, now you will. And then your little message that can poke right out of the card there. All right, so then this heart, I'm going to place this heart right over the heart that's on the card because I wanted it to be more prominent. And so that's just going to take a little glue under this area down here. So just this little loop area right here. We don't want too much glue to go too far. And we're just going to look where this heart is, and we're going to place this heart right there. Okay, now I two-step stamped already for you. So here's one done, and I fussy cut it. So this is, like I said, came in the paper pumpkin. And it has two flowers with it, is how the stamp is. I'll show you again. See, and they're connected. But I cut them apart because I'm all about layering and that type of thing. So I'm just going to bend these a little bit on this one. and take a mini glue dot, press, and alternate the petals and put it right there. So if you have the paper pumpkin kit, you can change the look of that one big flower just by doing that. Now I'm going to take the center and my bumblebee ink. Hi Cynthia, welcome back. And make the center there. And then my new opal rounds and my take your pick tool. Now your take your pick tool, your snips, your bone folder, your paper trimmer, those are all part of the stamp, what I call the stamping kit when you're new, things that you're going to need to have so you can make all these delightful projects. So there's a little opal round in the smaller flower. And then notice that these flowers, it has one of the petals has a straighter edge. So I look for that straighter edge and I put my flower this way here. Now some of my flowers are in different spots. So this one, the little one was up. See, the straighter edge shows up on the dark more. So depending on how you stamped it and how you want it. Now I think I want this one like this because I want that little bit of, aren't I funny? I want that little bit of ribbon to show. But I don't want to take up too much of that heart. Although in person the heart is not going to be camouflaged at all. So I want that little, that's why I said you don't need that ribbon really. Unless you're like me and you just like, oh, I just want that little poke out, that little peekaboo of ribbon. So I'm going to go to 2 mini glue dots. And then I'm just going to make a final decision here. I'm going to make sure I don't get these leaves off the card. And then I'm going to press. Did you guys not come off the paper? You didn't. Okay. One more. Okay. All right. So try that again. I want to see the lace. I don't want the leaves to go off the edge. And I don't want to hide that heart too much. Okay. Isn't that, I thought that was such a pretty card. And all my customers who placed an order with me are going to get one, but the colors are different, so that will be a surprise for you. Thank you for the hearts. And like I said, I had a couple of them that were fresh freesia, the lighter yellow. And it all is because of the colors in the designer series paper. Oh, and look at this one. This one, I only put 2 little scallops of ribbon there, and that was cute too. This one, I put a hole across the whole line. So I think your friends, now when I send you these thank you cards, I know I say thank you cards for ordering from me, but the cards don't necessarily say thank you on them because I want you to be able to use them and send them to your friends. Alabama, yay! I don't think I've seen anybody here from Alabama before. Thank you, Thompson Kennels. Thank you for watching. I hope you come back. I'm on Tuesdays at 2 if you're not too busy at that time, but you can always watch the replay, and you can go to YouTube under my name, Beverly Morales, and watch there at your convenience. Yeah, so welcome, and thank you for coming. All right, ladies, so there are the 2 basic gray. Here is the lighter. What is that color gray? Who can tell me that? I'm so bad. Sahara sand. Sahara sand. So there you go. And those are the 2 colors I made. See how many I have? And they're just different because they're going to go out to you guys. I'm glad you like them. Now, is there any questions? Is there any questions? I don't like to just run in case you want to know something. Thank you for, oh, you know what else I want to say? I want to say thank you to Barbara Chandler. She's watching. She gave me this card today. Isn't it beautiful? Oh my goodness. And she said the nicest things. You always go the extra mile. Just want you to know you are appreciated. From Barbara. Beautiful, beautiful card. And I also want to thank Janet. And who was the other one? Jean. You guys are sending me your work. Karen Kirshner, you do that all the time too. Thank you for sending me texts or emails with pictures of your work. I love seeing it. I love knowing that you're stamping. I want you to use your product. All right. You guys have a nice evening. I will see you Tuesday. I don't see any questions, so I'm going to run. Okay. Good night.